has come to pass, where I, Anu, who is Elyon, the Most High, the Highest, your Supreme Being, your God, and your every reason for existing, must let my voice be heard. In the beginning, I created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and my spirit moved upon the face of the waters. And I said, let there be light, and there was light. And I saw the light, that it was good, and I divided the light from the darkness, and I called the light day, and the darkness I called night. And I made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and I made stars also. And I said, let us make man, in our image and after our likeness. In my image I created him, male and female I created them. And I blessed you, and said unto you, be fruitful and multiply. I am the Lord, your God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not take my name in vain. I am the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the almighty, the all-powerful, the wise, the sublime divine creator, fashioner, maker, and provider. I am the giver of life, and the bringer of death. I am wisdom, strength, and beauty. I am love. I love you, and you must love me, but you must also fear me and reverence my name. I know all, and I control all, but at times I do test you to see if you are worthy of my blessings. I am the most gracious and the most merciful. Praise be to me, the cherisher and sustainer of the boundless universe. I am the most gracious and the most merciful master of the day of judgment. Everyone must worship me and seek my aid. I will show you the straight way, the way of those on whom I have bestowed my grace, those who have not felt my wrath or those who have not gone astray. I am your Father. I art in heaven. Hallowed be my name. My kingdom come, my will be done, on earth, as it is in heaven. I will give you this day your daily bread, and I will forgive you your trespasses, as you forgive those who trespass against you. And I will lead you not into temptation, but I will deliver you from evil. For mine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. And yea, as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you shall fear no evil, for I am with you, and my rod and my staff comforts you. There is no God but me, the living, the self-subsisting, eternal and absolute. No slumber can seize me, nor sleep. All things in the heavens and on earth belong to me. I know all and I see all. My throne doth extend over the heavens and on earth. I feel no fatigue. I guard and preserve all things, for I am the Most High, the Supreme in glory. You humans, my creations, my creatures, my children, you have gradually forgot that your purpose in life is to serve me so that you can gain your way back to me, your sustainer, which would be your token home. However, you have become engrossed in your own mortal desires while in pursuit of physical gratification and material gain. You have forgotten the purity with which you were formed. As a result, you have strayed from the original ways of the universe and the spiritual path that leads you to your true destiny. You have strayed from universal right knowledge, right wisdom, and right understanding, onto sound right reasoning. Glory be to me, who has been appointed over you. I am called in tones Anu, the Most High, the Highest. On earth I am called El Hilo, and I am known to many by many different titles, one of which is Allah, another of which is Yahweh, another of which is Theus. I am that I am. I am God. I am your Lord. I am your deity. I am the prime mover, the unmoved mover. I am everywhere. I am an extraterrestrial, I am an interterrestrial, and I am a terrestrial. I am the greatest. I am omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent. I was, I am, and I always will be the intellect and speaker of the word that exists in the beginning which causes creation to be. I am the light of the heavens and earth. Nothing would exist if I did not create it. Everything comes from me in the beginning, and everything returns to me in the end. In order to create, I must first exist. Thus there is existence before there is creation, just as there is darkness before there is light. Darkness dominates the boundless universe. The universe is black, and God is black. Oh, my children, allow me to speak with you, for it is that time again, every 25,000 years for the renewal and reawakening of the children of the stars. Your soul is about to embark upon a journey through time and space. Let me speak to you of the beginnings of your solar system, and the beginnings of the planet on which you currently reside, which has had many names over time, but which you commonly currently refer to as Earth. There has been no time when man was not, but there was indeed a time when your planet and your sun was not. Prior to man being formed of the dust of the ground of the planet, man was formed of the dust of the stars, or stardust. For you are indeed star seeds, children of the stars, the star people, of celestial origins. Over time, you have forgotten your stellar origins. You have limited yourself to only earthly and mundane matters. You have descended from captains of starships to the cargo on slave ships. You have become imprisoned on your planet. You have become trapped behind the Nine Ball. And what shall explain to you what the Nine Ball is? It is an abode governed by three great realities, three sets of three, which give you none. The ball is the orb, like the sun, planets, and moons of your solar system, which are all circular, 360 degrees. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Again, and you are behind the Nine Ball. You have reached the ninth hour and must give up the ghost belief. The Nine Ball represents the 9 orbs of your solar system. In ancient times, your solar system was called the Great Amid, your star, Shamash, which you call sun, followed by the 8 other planets, the 8 goddess wives of the sun, which have been known by many different names by many different beings over time. There is Mary, called Mercury, known intergalactically as Monia. There is Vena, called Venus, known intergalactically as Lahinu. There is Gertha, called Earth, known intergalactically as Ki. There is Marcia, called Mars, known intergalactically as Lamu. There is Chitar, called Jupiter, known intergalactically as Kishar. There is Saturn, called Saturn, known intergalactically as Hathor. There is Rana, called Uranus, known intergalactically as Anu. And there is Neptune, called Neptune, known intergalactically as Ea. These 9 balls, these 9 orbs, 3 times 3, make up the boundaries of your prison, the circumference of your limitations. You fear expanding your horizons. I have said you are gods and children of the Most High. You call yourselves gods, but then limit yourselves only to the planet Earth. You shun and laugh at the mere thought or conversation of outer space, extraterrestrials, and celestial worlds beyond the stars. What fools you mortals speak, for God is omnipresent, ubiquitous, existing everywhere in the boundless universe simultaneously. God is interterrestrial, terrestrial, and extraterrestrial. A true God or goddess would never limit themselves to only one planet or only one solar system. Freemason, are you a traveling man? Why do you fear traveling into outer space, to the eastern stars, and beholding the light with thine own eyes from the Sirius solar system? From the most recent Big Bang, the age of the universe is only 14 billion years old. Your sun star is only 4.6 billion years old. The planet Earth has not always been here, and the planet Earth will not always be here. Your planet Earth has not always been habitable, and it will not always be habitable. Your sun star has not always been here, and your sun star will not always be here. The day shall come when it too will one day die. In order for your species to survive, you will have to travel to the stars. You will have to journey to other planets. You will have to explore the cosmos for your survival and well-being. You should love your family. You should take care of your children. You should solve and face the challenges of your day-to-day life. But once the sun dies and the earth is no longer habitable, you will not have a place to live, and none of those things will even matter. You should not just limit yourself to just one continent when the entire earth is yours. And you should not limit yourself to just the earth when the entire multiverse is yours. You are the master of the universe. You are the guardians of the galaxy. You are the Star Lords. Do you deny your birthright? Will you allow yourself to be supplanted? We have sent you leaders like Elijah Muhammad, who spoke to you about the mothership. We have sent you leaders like Noble Ali, who spoke to you about the apparatus. We have sent you leaders to liberate you from tunnel vision, closed caption viewing, and closed-mindedness. Children of the stars, the hourglass is running out. You must get from behind the night ball, before it's too late. Glory be to me, the one appointed over you, known to you by many names, the Most High, the greatest, he who holds the whole world in his hand.
Who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and God of the universe. This is the first degree of the 120, but do you know what it truly means? Asia is the largest and most populated continent on Earth, encompassing the areas of the Middle East, Mesopotamia, India, Russia, China, Japan, and the Orient. The etymology of the word Asia comes from the ancient Akkadian Assyrian word, Asu, meaning to rise or ascend. The word Asu is also the root word of the name of the highest deity in the Assyrian pantheon, Ashur, symbolized as an archer in a winged sun disk. The name of the deity Ashur is also the origin of the name of Assyria. The Assyrians and Akkadians were two of the ancient civilizations in Mesopotamia, along with the Babylonians and the Sumerians, who were the oldest civilization in Mesopotamia on the continent of Asia. The ancient name for Sumeria was Sumeru, where Meru is another way of saying Moors. The founders of the first Mesopotamian civilization were black Sumerians, who called themselves Sakigga, meaning the black-headed people. According to Sumerian traditions derived from the Assyrian tablets, the first humans were known as the Blackheads. Compare this to the fact that the ancient Egyptians called their land Kemet, meaning land of the blacks, then we can see that black people were the founders of two of the world's most ancient civilizations. The black people of ancient Egypt influenced the black people of ancient Mesopotamia. The black people of ancient Egypt lived along the banks of two rivers, the Blue Nile and the White Nile. And the black people of ancient Mesopotamia lived along the banks of two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. While the blacks in ancient Egypt built pyramids, the blacks in Mesopotamia built step pyramids called ziggurats. The Namu, primordial waters in Sumerian culture, is equivalent with the Namo, of the Dogon in Africa, and the Nun, primordial waters of ancient Egypt. The fight between two brothers, Enlil and Enki, in ancient Mesopotamia, is equivalent to Osiris versus Seth, in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptian winged sun disk, symbolic of Heru, is equivalent to the ancient Mesopotamian deity Ashur. The god Ashur in Assyria was called Anshar in Sumeria, the father of Anu. Over time, Ashur became known as Ahura-Mazda, also known as Pharaoh, the highest god in the religion of Zoroastrianism. Of course you can hear the phonetic influence of the name of the ancient Egyptian god, Heru, in the name of Ahura-Mazda. Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest religions, combining cosmogonic dualism and eschatological monotheism. The prophet of Zoroastrianism was named Zoroaster, or Zarathustra, and he proclaimed that there is only one God, Ahura Mazda, the singularly creative and sustaining force of the universe, and that human beings are given a right of choice. Because of cause and effect, humans are responsible for the consequences of their choices. The contesting force to Ahura Mazda was called Ahura or angry spirit, the earliest concept of the devil as we know it today. The principles of Zoroastrianism have influenced other religious systems, including Judaism, Gnosticism, Christianity, and Islam. It is said that the three wise men who came to visit the Christ child were Zoroastrian priests. Zoroastrians usually pray in a fire temple, in the presence of some form of fire. Zoroastrians believe that fire is the medium through which spiritual insight and wisdom is gained, and water is considered the source of that wisdom. Zoroastrians are required to cremate their dead by fire. Abu Lahab, the father of flames in the Islamic Quran, is also believed to have been a Zoroastrian priest. The fire is symbolic of the sun, which is also represented by the winged sun disk, which has been a sacred symbol to black people, the sun people, since antiquity. Thus, the ancient Hebrews were black, and the ancient Arabs were black, the Asiatic black men, Sakigga, the blackheads.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. And the Word was made flesh, and I dwelt amongst you, full of grace and truth. I was in the world, and the world was made by me, but the world knew me not. I came unto my own, and my own received me not. I am of the tribe of Judah, and I was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel only, the descendants of Abraham, who were spoken of in the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13, where it says, that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and servants shall they be, and they shall be afflicted for 400 years. It is clear that this 400-year prophecy is referring to the black people in the land of America. The images of Jesus that are on the walls of churches and homes throughout the world are not historically correct. History teaches you that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There is proof in the Bible, in the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verses 14 and 15, where it says, Jesus had hair like wool, and feet the color of burnt grass. Only black people have hair like wool, and feet the color of burnt grass. In the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 15, it says, out of Egypt I have called my son. How could it have been possible for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, thin-nosed, thin-lipped, pale-faced baby to have been hidden among the land of black people in Egypt? The original name for Egypt was Kemet, which means land of the blacks. Only a black baby could have been hidden in Egypt, the land of the blacks. In the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 55, and in the book of Mark, chapter 6, verse 3, it mentions the name of one of the brothers of Jesus, through his mother Mary, as Simon. In the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1, this same Simon, who was the blood brother of Jesus, is called a Negro, the Latin word for black. This is the proof that Jesus was a black man. And he that has seen me has seen the Father. So if Jesus is black, then the Father, God, is black also. Many people are awakening to the reality that Jesus is the Son of God is actually symbolic of the Son of God. This is why you celebrate Christmas on December 25th, because it is around this time during the winter solstice that the sun is born out of the death of winter in the northern hemisphere of planet Earth. In the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 16, Jesus says, I am the bright morning star. All stars are suns, so it is clear that Jesus is symbolic of the sun. However, the great hidden secret is, if Jesus is black, then the true color of the sun is black. You see, scientifically, the sun emits white light. However, white light is emitted through black blocky radiation. So the true color of the sun is black.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. The symbol of the black sun is an ancient occult symbol called the sun wheel, or sun cross, or solar cross. It has its origins as the Egyptian ankh, down to the Hindu swastika, down to the Christian crucifix. In ancient Egypt, the word Christ comes from the word Karest, which means to bury. The body of Karest would be anointed and placed inside of a Nilam sarcophagus, only to later be resurrected. In Egypt, Karest has the ankh. In Hinduism, Krishna has the swastika. And in Christianity, Christ has the crucifix. But all of these symbols originated with the ancient Egyptian ankh. The ankh is a symbol of duality. The circle atop the cross of the ankh represents order and life. The cross at the bottom of the ankh represents chaos and death. The ankh symbol unites opposite powers, all that there ever was, and all that there now is, and all that there will, and can ever be. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. O ye of little faith, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The stone that the builder refused can become the cornerstone. Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me.
Hello. My name is Yahoo, the extraterrestrial Israelite, who hovers above the earth in a UFO satellite. Yahweh has blessed me this day, for I shall bring you this great message about the glory of Yahweh's UFO. Yahweh flies through the heavens in a rather plain UFO craft, which defies imagination. In the Holy Bible, in the book of Genesis, when Adam and Eve heard the voice of Yahweh in the garden, it was Yahweh transmitting his tones from Yahweh's great UFO which hovered above overhead. When Adam and Eve were banished from the garden, Yahweh sent a craft to follow them in the skies. When the prophet Elisha was taken up in a whirlwind, he was beamed aboard Yahweh's UFO. The chariot of fire was Yahweh's UFO. Swing home, sweet chariot, Yahweh's great UFO coming forth, to carry all the Israelites home. In the Holy Bible, the wheel within a wheel seen by the prophet Ezekiel was in fact Yahweh's rotating flying saucer UFO. In the Holy Bible, one of Yahweh's UFOs appeared as a cloud by day, and fire by night, and hovered between Pharaoh's army and the Israelites. Yahweh fought for the Israelites from his UFO, and the Israelites held their peace. Yahweh shot a polarizing ray beam from his UFO to part the Red Sea for Moses, to allow the Israelites to pass to the Holy Land of Jerusalem. Israel is the Holy Land on earth because it is the favorite dwelling place of Yahweh's UFO. Just as there is a Holy Land Jerusalem on earth, there is a Holy Planet Jerusalem in outer space. As above, so below. This principle is indicated by one of the sacred symbols Yahweh has given you, the Melchizedek, the hexagram, the seal of Solomon, and in 3 dimensions, the Merkabah. Not only earthlings, but all of Yahweh's creatures throughout the boundless universe, including my species, we all dream to take a trip aboard Yahweh's UFO and journey to the Holy Planet of Jerusalem, in the Holy Galaxy of Israel. The elite know that Yahweh is an extraterrestrial aboard a UFO, and the angels of the Bible were really extraterrestrials riding aboard Yahweh's UFO. From his UFO, Yahweh has contacted many people on earth. Yahweh contacted all of the holy prophets. From his UFO, Yahweh and the Elohim contacted Rael to start the Raelian movement. Yahweh will give the power to summon UFOs, and permit UFO sightings, to those who regularly praise the tetragrammaton of Yahweh's name. On the day of the Rapture, Yahweh will beam all of the righteous aboard his UFO to be with him, to escape the calamities which will befall the earth. Yahweh hovers above the earth in his UFO, like a satellite, an all-seeing eye in the sky, always watching over Yahweh's chosen people, the Israelites.